friends, this is Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, and thank you so much for joining me today on January 3rd for the first Flosstube of 2024. I cannot believe that it is already the 3rd of January. It seems like December was gone in the snap of a finger. All of a sudden, Thanksgiving was over, and I felt like then it was Christmas. So I hope that everybody had a wonderful Christmas. I hope everyone had a wonderful New Year's and you were able to spend it either doing things that you loved or with the people that you love. And you were able to have some wonderful company via YouTube videos if you were home by yourself. So thank you guys so much. I thoroughly enjoyed our holiday. We had lots of stuff going on. Finally, we are just the 5 of us at home. We had lots of family in town, lots of stuff going on. So nice and busy, but we're having some fun the last couple days before everybody goes back to school on Monday, January 8th. I wanted to just welcome everybody. If you are a new subscriber, welcome. If you're returning, thank you for coming back. I am so excited for this upcoming year. I have lots of fun ideas, plans, and things that I am excited to share with you throughout the year. So I hope that you will continue on this journey with me as we go through 2024. I wanted to first mention and talk about, I have 2 upcoming things I'm going to. The first one, which is coming up in about a week and a half, 2 weeks, the 19th, January 19th, I will be flying to Michigan to go to Chantel's 141 shop for a little mini getaway girls weekend with Chantel and Nicole from Nicole Spore. And I could not be more excited. I am gathering all my stuff. We are going to hang out at Chantel's store, doing a little mini retreat, which is a concept that she's talked about on her channel. And she's also going to be opening to anyone to be booking little retreats, getaways, and experience, so to speak, upcoming in the spring. So check out her channel, along with be on the lookout for when she announces that there's openings to sign up to be able to do that as well. But I am so excited for that, and I'll be sure to be sharing more along the way, what I'm bringing. I'll share kind of my packing along with when we're there. I'll be sure to share what's happening, and then I know that Chantel will have a recap after we are gone. But it'll be a great break after everyone's gone back to school and kind of pick me up in the middle of January. And I know a lot of you are saying, you're crazy, Jessica, for leaving Florida and going to Michigan in January. I know, but I'll be hanging out with friends and we'll be inside, so it'll be all worth it. But I'm really excited, if you can't tell. So that's the first thing that I'll be doing. The second thing is in February, to be specific, February 22nd to the 24th is the Beach Please retreat, which is hosted by Thread the Needle Stitchery, who is Stacy and her husband Brian, and it is in Clearwater Beach. Emily Call is the designer, and there are still spots available to sign up. So if you are looking, if you're from up north and you're looking to come down south in February, or you're local and you hadn't heard about it, go over to their website, which is threadtheneedlestitchery.com, and you can sign up on the website. And a few details about it is the 22nd is a Thursday, and it says 2 p.m. So I believe the stitching room opens at 2. And then that night there is an ice cream social. Then Friday and Saturday, lunch is provided. So that's all included in your price. Along with Emily Call will have at least one design, if not more. I don't know. But there'll be lots of fun. And you can meet Emily, which I am really excited. I have stitched some of her designs. I have talked with her, but I have never been able to meet her in person. So I am really looking forward to that. And then it's on the beach, so you can take a break, go walk on the beach. It's like hit or miss on what the weather is like. It's not rainy, but sometimes it will be a little chilly. But if you're from up north, you might think the water feels good. I will think the water is cold, but it's really nice to walk on the beach. And there's like a trolley that goes through the town that you can get on and off, and there's restaurants and all kinds of fun stuff. So if you are looking for a last minute getaway retreat, it's the 22nd through the 24th of February. So go sign up. I will put a link below straight to her website to the sign up page. But there is space available. All right, so that is what is upcoming in the next month or so, 2 months of what I have planned. But let's get into the stitching. I have done a lot of stuff between my last video and now. So I pulled out pretty much everything I think I worked on. There might be one thing I need to grab, but most everything I pulled out. But I have, since now we are in January, which I'll talk about in a minute, I have started my 24 and 24 plan. So I have my blessing sampler started, which I started January 1st, and I will complete it, if not before, by the end of January. And then I am stitching on my Brenda Gervais, and I am loving the plan. I have seen some different people's whip parades, and I have seen some other stuff, but something about the projects I picked, I really am excited to pick up a new start from my basket that I curated. And I don't feel like I'm squirreling like I normally do. So I'm really motivated to try to stick to the plan. We will see how it goes. It can always change, but for right now, I know it's only January 3rd, but I'm really loving my plan. All right, so the first thing was, I said in my last video, I wanted to finish Light of Winter by Brenda Gervais. Here's the pattern. I wanted to finish this by the solstice, and I did succeed. I haven't posted a picture yet. I wanted to share it on here first, but I did finish my Light of Winter piece. This was a Dying to Stitch retreat piece last year, and Brenda released it this year, in 2022, it was a retreat piece. She released it in 2023. I want to say it was like October, November when she released it. And when people were at the retreat, they were given the challenge to finish it by the winter solstice. So I thought, well, that would be really fun, because it came out around the same time that those who had gone to the retreat the year before had gotten it. So I thought, well, I've seen other people do it. Let me see if I can do it. And I did do it. You will notice too that there are supposed to be satin stitches here, here, and up at the top. And I was trying to do them, and I can do satin stitches, but something about whatever I was doing, I wasn't really loving how it was looking, and I decided to just leave them off. I feel like it has a lot of stuff going on to begin with. I think they look beautiful in the piece, but I was okay just leaving them off, and I think it looks good how it is. And I want to get this framed. So whether I send it or I go and get a frame made or I take it to a framer, we'll see. But this is just so pretty. And I stitched it using all of the called for colors on the called for linen, which is 36 count Winter Brew by R&R. And I could not be more happy, like I said. So one plan goal checked off. So I was proud of myself for doing that. At one point, I kind of thought, I don't know if this is going to happen, but it did happen. Okay, so then my starts that I had is I started right before I finished that. I had gotten this in the mail and I was going to wait till the winter solstice, but I just couldn't wait. As soon as it came, I just wanted to start. So I took a break from Light of Winter, started this piece, and then I went back and finished Light of Winter before I worked on anything else. And this is Winter Moon is what I'm talking about. This is an exclusive pattern to Country Sampler, and you can get it on the Country Sampler website. I am not 100% sure, but I kind of feel like it's a while supplies last, but I'm not 100%. I will link it there when I'm doing my description box so you can find it. You do have to buy it as a kit. You cannot just buy the pattern right now, but after a year's time, Paulette should release just the pattern. And I am stitching it on 36 count Saltbush with the called for floss. And this is where I got. So what I did is I did a center start, which then got me to stitch these bricks. Because I thought this is the house is a major part of the piece. And I did not want to try to start in a corner and not be able to get over to the house and like leave the house. So I thought if I start with the house, I can then work either way or I can work down. So I have some markers here to get, this is to the bottom part with the quilt blocks. I can go in and fill the house in, and then I have a tree and I can continue the trees. So I started in the middle and I started just with those bricks, and then I've worked outwards from there. And I did, because I ended up outlining the tree, I did have a little miscounting down here, but I was able to just fudge it and you can't even tell. I think I was like off, I missed one stitch or something in the tree, but it was easy to just add in an extra part for the fox and you wouldn't even know. So in those kind of cases, if that was to happen, I'm not going to go pick everything out. I'm just going to figure out how to make it work. If I was off like on the house or something, I would go and fix that. But because it was something minor, I just went with it. Otherwise, I'd be unpicking and never getting anything done. And I will say, and of course now I'll probably make a bunch of mistakes. I don't really have a lot of miscounting, and really I attribute that to when I'm stitching, before I finish, like if I'm doing something that has a lot of counting, I count multiple times. Like I will count the pattern, I will then count the linen, I will make sure I did not miss, so I am always counting a lot so that I don't have massive issues where I'm having to go back and unpick. And I know nobody does it on purpose, but I just try to really, like if it's a kind of complicated area, I try to make sure also I'm really able to focus so that I don't have a mistake. The next one, this was my Christmas Day start. And I had said in the last video as well, I was thinking of stitching on this until the 6th. I stitched on this for about 5 days and then I decided I wanted to move. I stitched on this for like 2 or 3 days and then I decided I wanted to stitch on something else, but I will go back to this. And Winter Moon, I will continue to slowly work on. This pattern, along with the next two, I'm considering using in like kind of a rotation, or I might just work on one until it's done and then put the next one in. But as a 25th day stitch, so on the 25th of every month, stitch on this. But that's just, I kind of made that plan up today, or thought. So Heap on the Wood by With Thy Needle and Thread. And this was a kit I purchased from Country Sampler. So they converted it to, the threads are different, and the linen is 36 count tin roof by Weeks Dye Works. So it is a little bit darker, the fabric, and it is a little more muted than what the picture or the model was stitched on 30 count beige by Weeks Dye Works. So I made enough progress that I felt like I was okay going to something else. Because it was like more of the muted, it wasn't that I didn't like it. I just was kind of, I wanted to have some variety. So I picked something else up. The other piece that I started, and I can't remember if I started this, I feel like I started this before Christmas, was Peace on Earth. I saw that Lori Holt had shown she had finished hers, and there was somebody, I think Michelle from Penny's Daughter Shares, she was starting it, and I just kept seeing this everywhere. And this was an exclusive kit last year from Country Sampler, and I kept wanting to pick it up, but then I had other projects going, and I'm like, I don't need to start something else. But then finally I just gave in, which I am really glad that I did, because this is a really enjoyable stitch. And what I decided to do is I started in the upper right hand corner up with the A, and I started stitching the letters. And then I realized that all the way to E down, and this tree, this is all of page 1. So I didn't get it all finished, but I tried really hard to finish page 1. So I would like to go back, and this will probably be another one that I might rotate in on as the 25th day. So we'll see how it works, but this is another one I'd like to get done this year. So I thought it would be fun, because I've never stitched like a page, finish a page and whatever. I just kind of stitch all the way across and so on, and rotate between pages. But what I decided to do was just stitch page 1. So I need to finish the tree and the motifs here, and then this is page 1 is finished. And I believe there are 6 pages. So that kind of breaks the piece into 6 parts. So I thought that was a fun, different way to tackle the project. That was different than any way I had stitched before. So I would like to keep this as something to work on, like once a month, just for a day, and then see where I got. And that was either 2 or 3 days worth of stitching. So that was going really fast. Now I was stitching the letters, and so that's pretty quick for me. But it was not too difficult. This was another, and excuse my hanging thread, another Lori Holt inspiration. When I see her posts, I try really hard to resist. And a lot of times I can make myself resist, but then sometimes I'm like, oh, that's just so pretty. I already had this as a PDF, Dasher and Dancer, from, I think I had bought it last year because I wanted to do the Country Sampler conversion. I never went and bought it because I kept thinking, this is so big. When am I going to start it? So I just kept putting it off. But I saw Lori post that she had started it. And I thought, well, I really like what hers is looking like. So I like I said, I already had the pattern. I did order the fabric, which is Brown Sugar by Fiber on a Whim. I love this color. So I've already ordered another pack of it. It is a really pretty neutral. And then the green is Blythe Green by Gloriana. And I love this. So I just put in a small little start so that I could be working on it throughout the year. But I'm really glad that I started this. I don't know if I will finish it by the end of the year, but it would be something, again, I could put as one of my 25th day stitches as a possibility to be working on. So I have lots of Christmas whips. So I haven't quite got, probably when it gets closer to the 25th of January, I might come up with my idea of exactly, or I might just put all of the Christmas whips I'd like to get done in a basket, and then on the 25th, pull one out to work on. All right, so my last whip, and I did restart this. This is the third time I've restarted it, is Land That I Love by Teresa Kogut. And this is a big piece that will take a long time to finish. So I am I do not think this will be done this year. So I originally started it on Platinum by Weeks Dye Works, and then I started it on Tin Roof by Weeks, which is the called for, and I felt like that was too dark, especially compared to the picture. And then I was watching Christy from Crosshatch Quilts, and she had restarted hers, I think for the third time as well, on Gray from Weeks Dye Works, which is what I ended up buying and restarted. So I just started the bones of the border and the top center. It's a very small start, but I thought it would be a good piece to pull out when I'm in the patriotic mood. Probably starting in February. I'm thinking once a month I will pull out this and Dwelling Place, and also I have the Hello Autumn piece that is Nicole Spore's birthday stitch, and work on that. All right, so for my I participated in 12 by 12 with Kia from Kia B. And I'm not going to re-show you all my projects because I did post them on my Instagram, but I am housing them all in this basket. This is from it's either 1803 or 1805. I can never remember, Ohio Farm Baskets, but I'll put a link below. This is the Retreat Tote. So I have the projects in here. I will keep them all together. So if I want to go back to them, I know where they are. I will potentially work on the Winter Quaker some more this month, but my real focus is on my sampler to get done by the end of the month. And then I have some smaller Brenda Gervais for my 24 and 24 that I would like to work on. So my first one, which I started on January 1st, which this is my Blessing sampler that I would like to finish by the end of January. It is Needleworker Sampler by Brenda Gervais. And this is how far I have gotten on that. This is 36 count Tea Leaves by Color and Cotton. So I'm excited how this is coming along. I have this in my special case from Souleful Creations. This was a custom case I had made with my monogram on the front, and on the inside is the white. And this is what it looks like over here. So I love this, and it's fun to have it in my special sampler and my special little stitching case. And then I started to go along with that, one of my other 24 and 24 starts which is Winterberries and Pine. This is an exclusive on Brenda Gervais' website. It was sold out last I saw. I don't know if she's going to have more this year, but I'm sure she'll have some next year. You did have to buy it as a kit, and you only could buy it from her website, which is Country Stitches Online. And this is how far I got. So I will continue working on this. And then when I get done with that one, I pulled out 2 of the other snowman ones I had picked. Peppermint Pals and It's Cold Outside. So then I'll pick one of these and start working on it. And these are part of my 24 and 24 starts with all my Brenda Gervais charts. This is not part of my 24 and 24 plan, but when I go to Chantel's in a couple weeks, I'm thinking of taking 1 or 2 of these to sew. These were project bag panels from Brenda's website. This one is Heart and Hand project bag. Then this is the Winter Rose Manor, which this I have as a whip I might pull out to work on. And Stitcher's Lingo. And I have some other ones too. Those are just the ones that I thought I'd like to try to get done now. So when either if I take them with me or on a Friday when I have the day off, I might work on those. So that is all of my stitching. Then I did have a special present come for Christmas from Nicole Spohr. She made me this beautiful project bag. This is a tutorial, or she has a tutorial on her website of how to make this. This is the snowman bag. This is a pattern from Fig Tree Quilts. So it was the bag, which is amazing, and I already have a project in it. Then she made us these. She made this for Chantel as well. These are all hand sewn. And I had these all in a dough bowl at Christmas. And these candy canes. This was the tag on the outside of the bag. So cute. She also had this in there. To all a good night. And there was a floss bling, which of course now I don't know where it went. Oh, here we go. This is from Sweet Autumn Stitch. So this was also in there. So sweet, thoughtful gift. I appreciate the gift so much, and I'm already using the bag. So, and I'll put the shepherd's bush pattern to stitch next year. All right. So then, let's see. I also received some Christmas cards. I forgot to bring them upstairs, but thank you to those of you who sent those. That was very sweet of you. We will go ahead and get into haul. Things are falling. And then the giveaway, and then we'll be done for today. So this was, I bought from Fat Quarter Shop during the month of December. They were doing different sales, and I don't remember if this was on sale or not. But I think if you spent so much money, you got a free gift. So this is Mercantile by Riley Blake. I got a Fat Quarter bundle of that. And then I really want to make a project bag with the Crazy Quilt paper. So I bought some of the Crazy Quilt squares, the small ones, and a 5-inch stacker to make a bag. And then with that, this was the free gift, were some of these Moda charms. So these could go on a bag or on a floss ring. I also bought from Thread Milk Design. I bought Snowman Feather Tree, which is her new pattern. The Winter Thread Milk. And then she sent some cute stickers to go with that. So I had this last time and I forgot it. until after I had already shown everybody. So I thought I'll show it this time. This is Stitch Cards from Fat Quarter Shop by Lori Holt. I also bought a few bags. This is from Blue Ribbon Designs. I love this. I'm pretty sure this is, it's a cheater panel that she just sewed along the squares. It's so cute. These are from Como Stitches. And this is from Rika, who is House of Stitch and Stash on Instagram and Flosstube. She has these folios and I am in her club. And this was the December club, or one of the choices, because you can pick there. She has a couple choices. Excuse me. And then I also got these two from Emma Bridgewater, these tins. I don't know what I'm going to use them for, but I thought they were cute. All right, let me look around and make sure that is all. I think that's everything. And one more thing I wanted to mention, I haven't done anything. Oh, one more thing. I got a gift card for Christmas and I bought this from Fat Quarter Shop. I love this light. I bought before the one that goes on the floor, and I love that for in my bedroom. But this I have sitting downstairs with me next to the couch, and I feel like the arm is a lot bigger. It comes right to where I need it to come, and it's more at the level it needs to be. This one attaches to the table, so I'll put a link to this from Fat Quarter Shop if you're interested. The light is great and the magnification is really awesome. This was in the gift I sent to Chantel and Nicole, but the Book of Days, I had it bound and had a few extra pages added. I haven't done anything to the inside of mine, but I watched Kia's video on Kia B, her flip through of her Book of Days, and I really like how she has it set up. So I'm thinking of doing something similar to that, adding some paper and kind of fancying the inside up a little bit. But I like to use mine, and this is mine from last year. I had made this cover more of like a tracking, so as I go I write stuff down. And so this is last year February. I wrote like my starts, my finishes. Each day I would write down what I worked on. And then also in the back on the extra pages, I wrote down all my finishes. So I can go back and see what I finished from last year. So it looks like I either have 20 finishes, because I also finished Light of Winter. So I had 20 finishes last year. So I would like to write down the finishes in the back. If not, have also some pictures. I do have the little camera to take a picture and print it off and put those in there. I would like to use that more this year. I didn't really use it very much last year, but that's kind of a goal, is to make sure I'm continuing to track, because this year from last year, I can see what I finished. The previous year, I had no record of that. So that was helpful. But however you want to track, if you don't track at all, if you don't use any planner, that's fine too. It's whatever works for you. All right. I also wanted to do the giveaway. So from last week, you had to use, or the last video, you had to use the word little in your comment, and this was the pattern. This is coming from Thread the Needle Stitchery, and the winner is Brenda Weiss. So Brenda, if you can send me an email at sweetwaterstitcher@gmail.com, I will send that over to Stacy and she'll get this in the mail to you. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope everyone gets lots of stitching in. I will be back next Friday, which is January 12th, with a video. And then the following week, I'll be heading to Michigan. So we might do some kind of video there on one of our channels. I'm not sure. But then for sure, when I come back, I'll have a recap of what we did and all the fun stuff. And I know Chantel will have one too. So I hope you guys, like I said, get lots of stitching in. And until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye.